What is up, guys? My original idea was to run through the quest with a fully leveled up character to kind of like just run through it and teach y'all everything real quick. But there's a lot of mechanics and hidden things in this game that, like, if you don't know about them, it doesn't really tell you. So I figured rather than doing that, we'll just run through it from the start. We'll go ahead and talk about everything as it happens so y'all are aware. So we're gonna go ahead and make our little archer. Alright. You can read these. Sprint. I don't know what it is for controller. I don't play on controller. Directional attacks actually matter, you know? It's a Souls-like, so we're gonna worry about that. You get left, right, and then up. Now, if you want to do any combos, they must be from opposite directions. You can't do the same direction. It'll slow it way down. Just so you are aware. Alright? Keep on going. Wait, drop. Dodge with space. Sorry, I'm not on controllers. You can look at the actual controls. This will be your first piece of armor. Now, if it's like purple or anything like that, you're gonna have to get it identified. Priest will identify it for you. You have to pay them for it. Bada bing, bada boom. If you look, you can see what the stat it buffs is. And then over on the right hand side, you can see the buffs it gives you. Physical defense 10%, magic resist 2%, dodge 25, and then the attribute requirements on the bottom right. If you don't meet the requirements, it will give you a nerf to your dodge, and you will lose a lot of stamina anytime you dodge while wearing it. Same with weapons. Weapons have their own scaling based off of the stat that it gives, not necessarily the weapon it is. So you'll need to check all the individual scaling on each weapon that you pick up. So that's just telling you about blocking. And now, blocking, you can just hold it to whatever direction they're attacking from, and that'll block. But if you want a perfect parry, you can either throw your block up at the exact same time they parry or they attack, or you can be holding from the opposite direction and swap to the correct direction at the right time. Okay, maybe not. My bad. And that's a repost. So if you attack right after, you have to get really close to them. Sometimes it will not. It'll just swing at them if you're too far. So make sure you push up on them every time you hit a perfect parry. And then if you see it's popping up the little green parry from whatever, that's gonna be one of my gear pieces. Hold on now. What do I hand this? Go ahead and finish it real quick. I'll show you what that does. This is basically a gear quest. Alright, sweet. So if you go look at my armor, now it's got +2 strength. I believe it was +1 earlier. And +5 item level. So that's neato, right? And then, alright, well, that little sign up there tells you that if you attack while you're falling, you always crit. I missed my attack while I was falling, so I didn't get to show you all that. So Sound and invis in this game are separate. If you have invisibility, they can still hear you. You need to be holding crouch when you go near them. If you are invisible and they're higher level than you, they are probably going to see you. So make sure you stay behind them, and even then they can still see you, especially depending on what their level is. If you noticed, my attack just marked him, and I'm an archer, and it's supposed to be my... Yeah, your arrows have a chance to mark. All the arrow abilities actually work off melee as well. And I asked if that was intentional or not. They said it was. So, you ain't gotta worry about that getting, you know, changed in the future, as far as I'm aware. Because that's what they want. So I'm trying to run through this as quick as possible. It's a little bit of a stretch. You're supposed to go through it slow as you're learning it. Oh, wrong place. Alright. So, and like I said, this kind of is like a quest walkthrough as well. It's just like teaching you all the ins and outs of the game as we go. So we're going to go and beat the first boss, take you through your hideout, and then the first town. And then if y'all want to continue from there and keep up, y'all can check out the next video. And bada bing, bada boom. Oh, I'm so bad. I forgot he whirlwinds on the first one. I was waiting for a regular attack. Alright. We're not going to cut that out. We're going to leave that in there. Looks like I was just being cocky. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing, chat? What am I doing? I thought I parried that. Alright. Next thing. Sweet. So, you're good at this one. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what that 0 out of 20 is. So I'm gonna show y'all my next little tidbit of advice. So with we're gonna do this sword. Why is... Alright. That was weird. I couldn't... You're not supposed to have that big sword in the second slot. I don't know why it was there. Anyways, this sword's thing is pick up items 20 times, or loot items 20 times. So any kind of looting, gathering, mining, any of that you can typically do through this method of just dropping an item and picking it up. It's usually nice to do it with a stack of items and just drop the stack individually one by one and then pick them all up real quick. But since we're at the start of the game, we don't have that. But I'd rather go into the first boss with an ability and not. Leading to my next point in case, which is after we go ahead and finish doing all this, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the ability Whirlwind, which we'll get to in, holy cow, like 3 minutes. And basically there's a few different gear pieces, whether it's armor or weapons, that have unique quests that give you talents. And with that being said, if you get that talent, you can unlock other talents in the skill tree on that level without having to invest points in the prior tree, or prior in that tree. So really helps for optimizing builds and all that kind of good stuff. And speaking of builds, current max level is 40 with a level increase coming in the future. Alright. I already killed these guys earlier. We've already seen the loot. There's no point in me going back down. I'll just run back over here. I could go grab the extra souls, but nah, we ain't doing that. Now, like I said earlier, any kind of backstab or riposte, so like a perfect parry into that little animation stab, uh, those will always be crits. And just make sure you're close to them. And if you're behind them, you can actually chain the backstabs. You just gotta wait for them to stand up all the way. If you have dual daggers, you can just spam, and the second hit usually chains it. So after we cleared all that fun, good stuff, we're gonna get to the boss stage now, guys. Going into this, just so you're aware, the first phase, you have two different combos he does. He goes up then right, or right then left. And then every once in a while, if you're really cooking him, he'll go ahead and throw a 3-hit combo in there. So just watch out for that. Try to get your riposte in there as much as you can, and then he'll go down. When he does that, you'll want to back away from him. You can get a hit or two in and then try to dodge away from him. But he'll do damage when he flies up in the air. And then when we get there, we'll go ahead and discuss phase 2 and 3. So you can actually get behind him there and hit that backstab. If you're good, but, you know. Like I said, he has to be all the way up. Man, come on, man. Give me that backstab. The riposte, the first one didn't hit. I'm not sure why. It should have, I feel like. So there's the little fall down. Now he's gonna pop up. Dodge, 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 dodge. Now he's gonna get mad. He's gonna dodge down or dive down. He's gonna dodge it. Oh yeah, the backstab. Bull crap. There's that 3-hit. That will hit you, so don't go down to his fly out, because you can't actually kill the dude. Alright, sweet. Easy. I'm so glad I didn't die. That would have looked so bad. Even though I died on the first little elite, that was sad. How did I die on the elite and not the boss? I don't get it, chat. I don't get it. Alright, sweet. Look at that. We're level 2. Next thing. Skill tree, as we were talking about earlier. Warfare, as you see, I can get this, so I can... Alright, Whirlwind's bug. Is goofy. I could technically not even put a second point into it. If you get Stomp or any of the other ones, it'll actually let you do the tier. Don't know why that's the only one that's bugged. Anyway, 1 point per level. When you... We'll go to the next spot first before we talk about anything else. So, after you finish that, congratulations. You finished your first boss in the game. We're proud of you. Welcome to the overworld. You go over here, and this will be your hideout. And all your locations on the map are going to be hidden, and so you go over them. And pop up their names, and so on. This will be your shopkeep. You can buy and sell to him. Ruins teleport you back to your hideout, so I like to keep a few of them on me at all times. When you get blueprints, it'll automatically level it up. So if I have, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this in a minute. Oh no, I can't. I'm too broke. Oh no, chat. But anyways, as you do quests and stuff, if it says a blueprint that you already have, it'll give you the next level of that. So you need to take all the blueprint quests you can. This is gonna be your blacksmith. Well, you can craft the upgrade material, and then you can upgrade your weapons with said upgrade material. Easy, right? Come in here, and the lady that just got trapped in the bell, or the vial of eternity, rather. Huh? We freed her. Look at that. Now we're the jailer. Hell yeah. So this lady, she'll be found in all the inns or your hideout. You can reset your skill points with her. Keep in mind, if you reset your skill points, it does reset even the ones you learned through gear. So if you want those skills back, you won't get points for those. You only get points for the levels. When it comes to leveling, magic, intelligence, and faith are all separate. Magic is going to be your mana. Stamina is going to be your energy. Vitality is going to be your health. Faith and intelligence have their own scalings. Agility is going to be for agility, for like agility, everything agility related, and strength is going to be for strength builds. Obviously, easy peasy. We love that. That's simple, right? Come in here. This is going to be your cook. This is where you can assign potions. So you can change up your potion dispersion. You can also come to this lady whenever you have crystals of dispersion, which upgrade your potions. You can cook recipes you have if you have the ingredients, and then you can also buy food, which are food buffs. So, yeah. Next area. Sorry, I'm trying to go through it quick, guys. It's getting long, I feel like. This lady, there's one of these in every single area you go to. They can give you Conquest, which is going to be your up to 4-player co-op. You got Duels, which is your PvP 1v1s or 2v2s. And it's currently bugged, so if you're in like a pre-made group and you go into that, it's only going to be your pre-made group. It's not going to put you into matchmaking. Over here, you will have your faction sellers. So whatever faction you're visiting, whatever area you're in, that will be the clothes that they sell. And then over in this area above the armor, you can see your faction. 0 out of 950. So you have to have that amount of rep in order to actually buy the armor. And bada bing, bada boom, we're gonna go and show you one last little bit of information before we stop this one, and we'll move on to part 2, which I will upload tomorrow if you're catching this day up. And we will also be uploading a video going over all the gear, quests, and what they unlock, and the different types that we have. So keep in tune for that. Sorry. Alright, look. You see those Outriders over there? Level 22, Outriders 5. Okay, so any camps you find, Outriders, Plunderers, Raiders, any of that kind of stuff, any cities, they'll kind of have this set up. If it's a city, they'll have an arrow. If it's a camp or enemies or friendlies, they'll have the level. The name will be whatever they are. So like Outriders is going to be just the dude traveling on his horse, and there's going to be 5 of them. The parentheses is the population. White names means you're friendly with them or neutral with them. Red names means they're going to fight you. Easy peasy. With the cities, Falcon Road right here, you see the yellow arrow. It means the wealth is 100% or more, and then the population of the town is 20. As we enter the city, same little faction seller. This is Ehrenfest, so it'll be for the Ehrenfest faction, acquiring their rep in order to buy from that lady over there. This lady will give contracts. We'll go over that more in depth in the next video. And you also have your conquest and PvP from that lady as well. Now keep in mind, whatever city you do that in, or whatever like faction that area is for, that is what you will be earning rep for. There's Seraphine again inside of the inn. You'll also have a priest right here you can identify your items at. And then you'll have another cook that you can assign potions to. You can also, like I said, cook your recipes. But you cannot upgrade your potions there. Back here is this lady. You can do her quests and stuff. And then anybody with an exclamation point, they'll have quests. Back here will be the merchant, which ruins, yada yada yada, but you can also double check their village status, which as you can see, 100% wealth. Yellow arrow means 100% or more, like I said. So, easy peasy. Catch me on the next one. We'll go through little parts of the campaign and try to get any more info we can come up with. Boop.